How you guys doing today? What do you do, brothers and sisters? It's your boy David, looking stronger, better. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I'm coming back with another video. If you're new, subscribe. Hope you're doing good, man. I pray God bless you watching this video. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you guys. Today we're going to talk about why God allow you or me or everybody to suffer. We're going to start with number one. God allows suffering to help us hold tight to Jesus. When suffering comes in our life, we are roused out of our sleep to see reality that earthly blessings do not satisfy or save. Why? Because as a Christian, God always wants us to not be comfortable, to always be growing. We always want to be growing in life. These trials and tribulation is to get you closer to Jesus and not to focus on materialistic things. Imagine if there was no trials or tribulation, or you didn't face anything, you'd be like, oh, why do I need God? So through this situation, it makes you realize, how to trust God more, know God more, to build relationship with him and to trust him more, to hold on to his shirt. You know what I'm saying? Just like Peter, leave the boat when the storm came to yell out Jesus and have faith in him and to walk on water to go meet Jesus. It's because through those storms, they were crying out for Jesus because they knew he can save them. That's the same way he's doing with us, with all of us. Go to number two. God allow us to suffer is God's tool for our sanctification. Sometimes we have a little pride. God used these trials and tribulation make us more like Jesus, to get us to be more humble, like to gain more wisdom. To make this clear too, and sometimes we face suffering because of our own decision, our own sin. If this brother or sister is lukewarm or is not truly a Christian, you go ahead and go date that person, and things go wrong and you end up in relationship you're not supposed to be in. Some things like that you play key into. It's not always God. We have free will. Some decision we make, it's not part of God's plan, but he let us go through it anyway to be a better person, to not make the same mistake again. So some people, they date the wrong person until that person get really hurt. They realize, oh, I don't think this is for me. Then they'll wake up. So sometimes God let you go through it and you have your free will too. So another thing too is gain wisdom. Through trial and tribulation, you gain wisdom about life. He teaches things through suffering. When I say suffering, is trial and tribulation every Christian go through, is because, like I said, God never want us to stay stagnant or stay in one place, but always moving. There's seasons. That's why there's seasons. One time it rains, one time it snows, one time it's sunny, it's summer, one time it's fall. You see, look at how life same for our life. One time it's a joyous time, a season of joy, a time of suffering, a time of grief. But you know what I'm saying? There's a time to reap, there's a time to sow. There's seasons. So in as you can see here, there's always seasons. Those seasons to teach us, bring up and down. Always, it's a journey, it's a process, up and down. No matter what you do, you're always gonna find a process. I want to share this verse, James chapter 1 verse 2 verse 4 says, consider pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trial of many kind, because you know that the testing our faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. You need to hold on tight to Jesus, because it's a journey. The suffering makes you realize you need Jesus. Another thing too is that God allows suffering to exercise our faith, to make you walk by faith and not by sight, because that's all it's about. It's about the destination, and the destination is, you can't see it right now because you're on the fleshly realm. You're not in the spiritual realm yet. The only way you can see the spiritual realm is by dying to this flesh. When I say die to this flesh, when you see death, that's when you can see the spiritual realm. The last point I have is, this earth is not our home. So to summarize it up, you gotta understand that it's not our home. It's not our last destination. God's word will never pass away, but this earth, these materialistic things, they're temporary. They'll pass away. So you need to hang on tight to Jesus, and remember that suffering is to teach you. It's gonna come because this is trial and tribulation. Also, the devil played part in it too. You're gonna face persecution as a Christian, because he know his day is short, and he's like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. So you must be aware, be diligent of his schemes. So some suffering is to discourage you. Some trial and tribulation is a test to test your faith. You know what I'm saying? Faith is to believe in what you cannot see. Is to have a strong conviction, even though you don't see it, but you believe in it. So when you go through these suffering, it actually help you open your eyes to see the reality and to have more faith in God, because God you cannot see, but you know he's there. You can feel his presence and you can see him. He'll allow you to see if you ask him and you seek after him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's to remember, man, stay strong, man. Don't give up. This is not the last destination. It's a journey. Living in this world, but we're not part of the world, but we still gotta survive. But how you survive? By putting your trust in Jesus Christ. And I want to share this verse with you guys. Is Hebrew chapter 13 verse 14 to 16. It says, for this world is not our home. We're looking forward to our everlasting home in heaven. With Jesus' help, we will continuously offer our sacrifice of praise to God by telling others of the glory of his name. Don't forget to do good and to share what you have with those in need, for such sacrifices are pleasing to him. This is my message. I pray this message help you or give you some motivation, or actually, help you through what you're going through, and to keep your head up, and don't look down and don't give up. No matter what the enemy is trying to do, don't give up. It's your boy David. If you're new, subscribe, and I love you guys. God bless you guys. Amen. Peace out.